Well, we wanted more of the kind of a laid-back lifestyle. That's one of the reasons, and it actually turned out not to be so laid back. We started Whistlepig Farms in 2006 with 10 goats. Some of the goats we get attached to because, we've fed them with a bottle or had to nurture them along when they were little, and they get kind of special, and they get special treatment, and they're a lot easier to handle than some. They definitely have personalities. Some of them are pushy. Some of them are standoffish. Some of them are a little crazy. They all have a personality of sorts. Well, I'm Richard Gibbs, owner of Whistlepig Farms in Thornhill, Tennessee. It's a 25-acre goat farm. We raise goats and lease them for clearing invasive plants. A friend of mine that I bought the goats from in North Carolina tried doing this weed eradication on a whim, and it kind of took off for him, and he talked me into trying it, and it's taking off quite well now. Well, it's environmentally friendly, and it has no carbon footprint, very little, if any. Manure that they drop doesn't get back to the water table like herbicides, or will eventually get back to the water table somehow. And it's just an environmentally conscious way to control the invasives. They don't completely eradicate kudzu because it's so hardy, but other species, they kill it out. With invasives like kudzu, it kills the native trees. It just chokes them to death. And that's the big reason for getting rid of the kudzu. We're eradicating some natural stuff like brambles and briars, but they come back eventually. But honeysuckle vine and kudzu, it's so prolific, it's hard to get rid of. The process is pretty labor intensive, and it's pretty tough because you never know what's under the kudzu until you start cutting it. But and then we install a portable electric net fencing, and then we load up the amount of goats we're going to take and just put them in on the job. Them and their livestock guardian, they always have a livestock guardian dog with them. The livestock guardian is just a protector of the goats. It doesn't hurt the goats. You just look for one that has good dispositions, and all my dogs were born with goats and raised with goats. There's really no training involved, it's just natural instinct. We have about 110 goats at present. 60 of them are in Knoxville eradicating kudzu at the moment. This is the third year we've had them with Tennessee Clean Water Network at Williams Creek.
Oh, they're moving out. Moving out to their next place to lie down. These ladies are hilarious, especially that white one with the curly horns. She's the matriarch. My name is Renee Hoyos. I'm the executive director of the Tennessee Clean Water Network. We purchased these properties through a settlement with the Knoxville Utility Board when we sued them in 2003 for violating the Clean Water Act. And one of the things that these organizations can do is they can offset their civil penalties by doing a supplemental environmental project. And we suggested that they do some property acquisition here in East Knoxville. And we thought we were done with the project. We'd gotten the properties purchased, put them over to the city. The city was happy to get them as a new park. And then a foundation approached us and said, well, what's your plan for phase 2? And, let's see what you've got. And we looked around, we saw, well, there's weeds, and there needs to be a trail, and there needs to be planting. And so we started with the weeds, because you really can't do anything else until you get those under control. And that's when I started looking around for goats. I look at it and I think, oh, it's going to take them weeks. And then, within 2 weeks, I'm amazed at, this is just maybe 2 weeks. And this kudzu was about 8 feet high where I'm standing, all the way to the fence lines here, 8 feet. And for several days, I didn't know where they were except that I could see the kudzu wiggle. And I knew that they were somewhere in that kudzu bush because I could see it wiggle. And then within, I was surprised every day I'd come here and it looked exponentially better. It's about $5,000 an acre to do a pesticide. The goats were about $6,000 for the summer. So, and this is a 10-acre project. So it is cost effective that way, but it takes longer than pesticides. And what pesticides do is they kill everything. So they're not gonna just kill the kudzu, they're gonna kill anything beneficial under it. And often if it's not applied well, they'll just sterilize the soil and then you have runoff issues because the soil is dead and nothing can grow in it to attach. I didn't expect to come out here every day and feed a dog and deal with the goats. And at first I just thought, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? And now, I have to Rochambeau with staff to get out here because we used to do it in shifts. And a lot of the staff love to come out here and fool with them and pet the dog. And they come out after they come out on the weekend and bring their friends and take pictures. And it's a little bit like summer camp.
I think cities and municipalities and individuals are all looking for more environmentally conscious ways rather than just randomly spraying herbicides. I never would have thought that I would be raising goats and renting them to eat kudzu. It makes me feel good that it's helping people be more environmentally conscious.